Hey, it's Mike. I am back and I'm ready to do some Hare Krishna stuff. And what do we got? We got fake human with the good rice. Bringing the good rice. I hope you brought enough for everybody. Um, and yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna get down to it. I'm gonna get to the bottom of we're gonna get to the bottom of what's going on. Just briefly, I got a lot of stuff I want to talk to. I got knitting cult lady. I even got Bill Burr. I got quite a few videos to watch. Um, so let me get right to the opening, so that after the opening we can get all caught up and we can find out who's telling the truth. Okay, this is a special edition of To Tell the Truth, and you're all invited to watch uh, Good Rice, To Tell the Truth edition. So here we go. Let me see. I told you I was gonna have a new opening, and sure as shit, I got a new opening. Let's see if it. Let's see if it works here. All right, everybody.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Okay. So I got to work on that. I got to work on that opening a little bit. Um, all right. So let's get right to. Uh, I'm going to get right to it. Now I'm not doing this to. I'm doing this basically to set the record straight because I have a reputation. I have a reputation. Um, I'm doing these cult videos, telling my story. I'm doing cult stuff, Krishna cult stuff. Um, I have no reason uh, to lie about anything. I don't need to make up anything. There's just nothing I need to make up. It's all there, and I'm just the messenger. I'm just relaying uh, what's going on. So there's no need for me to lie about anything. Um, like I don't need to make up a story about Todd Vadarshan and going to jail in Cambodia and all of that because that happened. It just happened. I don't need to make that up. I don't need to make up uh, my time in the Hare Krishnas with Yashoda Nandan and all of that, Hare Krishna Society and all that stuff. I don't need to make that up. It happened. Hey, Jolynn, how you doing? Good to see you here. Um, so there's no reason to make up anything. Right? There's just no reason. Uh, hey, Rafal, how you doing? And all the other stuff that I say or that I say and that I show, people like Rafal, they're there, they know. And people do speak up and say, "Hey, well, I was there. I know so and so. I knew so and so." Uh, there's no and if I was making stuff up, people like Rafal would say, "Hey, now that ain't right. We never did that. We never washed anybody's feet and drank the water. We never, these gurus don't go around getting worshipped 24 hours a day with flowers put around their necks every time they friggin' fart or something. All these people, these ex-devotees that were around before I ever came along. They would correct me and say, "No, Mike, it wasn't like that," or "No, we didn't do that," or "So and so wasn't this or that didn't." No, and that's why I don't have a problem saying anything about this cult, because I know that what I'm saying, I don't have to make anything up. You know, there's just no reason to. Hey, Duke of Scrolls, good to see you. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. So, uh, I hope I got this cued to the right spot. Because I don't watch these things. I don't know everything he says. It's just again, it's just a coincidence. Yeah, I gotta just say it how it is, because, and I wouldn't even be doing this right now. I don't even, I don't, it's a waste of my time. But like I said, I have people watching, cult people are sharing this. And I don't want anyone to think that Mike is he's a cult guy, Hare Krishna guy, but he makes up stuff. He makes up stories and makes up stuff, because I don't need to. So that's the only reason, is I just don't want new viewers, old viewers, new viewers, baby viewers, whatever, thinking that, getting any kind of idea that I just making stuff up. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming I'm a guru, or I'm dreaming this, or I'm dreaming that. No.
Stuff. You at least lying before the Lord. See? And the sinners believe you. And that's how they stay sinful, and so do you. But all that can be forgiven, Mike. And all or followers, come here and save your guru over there. He's saying he's not a guru, but you listen to him and you believe him and you believe what he says. He's your guru, taking you to a hellish place.
So obviously I didn't have it queued exactly up to the right place, because he did. You can see where he's saying that I lie. I lie. He says my lies. He says my lies and my deceit and this, and then he goes on to say that I'm a guru, whatever. And you guys, obviously, because he's too dumb to know what a guru is, what a cult leader is, and what the difference between a cult leader and just a guy that's talking about cults on the internet who used to be in a cult. I mean, he's too dumb to figure that out. But the fact that he's dumb doesn't mean he has to start lying and claim, because he said, I got to go back and find where he says, I don't know why it didn't. Oops. He said I was lying about this woman.
Quick. They didn't like Lord Chaitanya's preaching at first, and Nityananda's preaching even later, because he was really wild, man. And they certainly don't like the same. Guru is one, isn't it? The same. Guru is one, isn't it? Didn't they say Guru is? Oh, we give you a chance to understand that Guru is one, how that works. I even explain it. You know why? Because I have a helper, man. I prove I got the helper. No, who can come up with explanations like this? It's on a Jesus level, Lord Chaitanya level, Prabhupada level. Who can come up with it? No wonder you, Mike, you're so envious. Yeah, you can't do it unless you get the helper too. Come here, we'll give you the helper, man. Oh, all will be forgiven. All your lies and hypocrisies you give every day, all your spinning like a politician, lies about, even what Rade wrote, all that stuff.
Okay, so he's saying that I'm lying about what she wrote, and I really want to show you all the emails. Not all the. I want to show you the conversation that we had. I'm really tempted to show you, but it's it's on the thumbnail. You can see what she actually said. I'm not lying about anything. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to be like him and embarrass her. But she's lying to him. Either she's lying to him about what she said, or he's lying, or they're all lying. They're all a bunch of liars. I mean, you just can't trust these people. But I have the emails. Why would I make it up? I'm not lying about this woman. I was trying to help this woman. She reached out to me. She thinks you're snot Ananda. She says in the email that I'm in his group, but I'm not really in his group. She says right there in the email, in the message, I'm not really in his group. But I'm married for 30 years to this guy that loves him. And whether it's Stunning Freddy, some other guy, Francis, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not lying about that. I'm not lying about anything. And she said she wanted, that if she ended up in Thailand, and she wanted to come see me. I'm not making that up. That's what she said. She wanted to leave this guy. She wanted to leave her husband. She was contemplating leaving her husband. And it took her like a whole week, 2 weeks for her to figure out what was going on. She decided she was going to stay. She got manipulated and coerced into staying. I'm not lying about anything. I got the message. It's right there. It says, hey, last 2 weeks have been a roller coaster. I realized I'm a Gorahari person. There's nothing to lie about. There's just nothing to fucking lie about. I guess he's trying to just reinforce to his people, that I'm wrong. I'm making it up, that she didn't really want to leave. She didn't really. No, she did. She thinks you're snot Ananda. She says she won't go on camera because she don't want to glorify him. She doesn't believe he's a guru. But now somehow, once she reached out to me and her husband and this guy put her, because they don't care about women. People don't give a fuck. They don't care about their relationships. He doesn't care about his wife. This Gorahari doesn't give a fuck. So they're going to try to make me look bad. Try to make me out to be the bad guy. I'm the liar. I'm lying about what she said. I'm lying about. I didn't make her reach out to me. She reached out to me because she's fed up with your bullshit. She's fed up with your bullshit. She's fed up with these people. She's fed up with Lolita Gunga and Stunning Freddy and all your crap. But unfortunately, she got nowhere to go. So she's stuck in there with you. And that's it. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. And you can blame me. You can do whatever you want. I got nothing to do with it. I was there for her. She's probably been wanting to reach out to somebody for a long time. And she knew that this would happen. She knew her husband would come down. Gorahari would come down. And it would be, I can't get out of this cult unless I leave my husband. And she wasn't ready to do that. She just wasn't ready to do it. So now you're going to make up some kind of lies and shit about me? Like, I'm lying? Like, I don't need to do that. I just don't need it. So I put that shit on the thumbnail. I was going to show it to you all, but it was a conversation that we had on my webpage. It's my webpage. She contacted me through my webpage. It is. It's so weird. Nobody could make it up. He tried to say I was making it up from the very beginning. But he's had a bunch of people leave. Not only that, and then I find out when I was watching the shit when he was talking about me lying. He said he was married for 25 years. His wife's in Maya. His wife's in Maya, you know what that means? That means she don't want to listen to his shit anymore. 25 years of his bullshit. And then all of a sudden he becomes God. He becomes God, man. Fuck, I don't blame her for leaving him too. And that's all these God men. They all think that they're God men, but they can't convince the one woman in their life that you would think that they could convince, their wife. Their wife, the one that took their vows, that said for better, for worse, sickness and in health, richer for poorer, all that crap. That woman that took that vow with you, she couldn't handle your bullshit about being a God man. Why don't you be honest about that? And she said, she told you, fuck off. I can't deal with your bullshit. The fact that but of course you're going to say she's in Maya. Why don't you be honest about that? Comparing, saying his wife is like Mike and like my wife, 25 years. They're both in Maya. Mike's in Maya. She's in Maya. No, we're not in Maya. You live in a fucking fantasy land. I make my own decisions in life. I listen to this podcast out of my own critical thinking. If that gory Jesus asshole thinks I'm taking his advice, I know. I know. He thinks I'm a guru, like I'm ordering you guys around, like Duke. If you don't do something, you can't come in. It's fucking stupid. Because he's never had anybody like me hold up a mirror, not only to him, but broadcast it to friggin' YouTube and go, look at this fucking idiot. And all these fucking idiots that think he's fucking God's idiot or whatever he thinks he is. I don't give a fuck. Fucking dreaming piece of shit. I don't care what you call me whatever you want, you say whatever you want. But you don't fucking impugn on my fucking honesty and integrity. I'm telling the truth. The whole reason I'm doing this is to tell the truth. I don't need to make anything up. Unlike you, Mr. Dreamer. Dreamer.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
I had a dream, Mr. I had a dream.
All right.
Okay. So I had to get that cleared up. This fucker wants to keep talking about me and making excuses for why his people think he's a piece of shit. I'll tell you why you're a piece of shit. Because you ain't a fucking guru. You're a fucking dreamer. And eventually every one of these people is going to wake up. Eventually. Every single one of them. You can count on it. You can count on it. Because you ain't no fucking guru. You ain't no magical anything. You ain't no God, man. You ain't explaining nothing like nobody's ever heard. You're not a fucking super white Hindu Jesus. You're none of that. Question: how actually does Gorohari Jesus offer atonement for past karmic deeds for his minions? Crucifixion? Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't take responsibility for anybody. He's a super white Hindu Jesus, but he doesn't take responsibility for anybody. Hey, how you doing? AJ, good to see you. Good to see you. Absolutely, man. Yeah, he's not Nananda, man. He's just blowing his nose for God. Yeah, man, we're happy here. We're not in a cult. We're not in a cult. We don't have to. Fucking stupid. Yeah, I know. They're not even that. They're they're special ed, man.
I can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, boom. Yay!
They're singing, thinking he's fucking. I mean, look at this. He thinks he's God, man.
Krishna. Ah,
I mean, how much of a friggin' delusional psychopath do you have to be? Yeah, exactly like Prabhupada's wife. And a lot of these fake gurus' wives, they think women are stupid. See, they think women are stupid, but women, they're too smart for these gurus because they can see right through their bullshit. They like his wife after 25 years of marriage. He thinks his wife is all of a sudden going to think that he's a god man, like he's some holy god man, when she knows all about him. I know. It's so ridiculous. It's so friggin' ridiculous, man. I can't even believe um, you know, that I'm going around with this guy, but he's a dangerous psychopath. I can't forget that. As crazy as he is, he's a dangerous psychopath. He's got these people. He's got this woman like this other woman. Her husband's afraid to stick up for her because of this guy, this nose blowing no moron. And this nose blowing moron is a friggin' Acharya Dave. Fucking A, man. I'm telling you, Prabhupada fucked people's heads up. Prabhupada really fucked people's heads up. And when I look at this shit and I think of the years I spent as a Ritvik, which is no different than this guy. He's no different than a Ritvik. He's no different than any guru. All this bullshit. If I don't need a guru, if I don't need an ISKCON guru, and I can just be a Ritvik, and it's the same thing, then why do I need a Ritvik? If I don't need a guru, I just need Yashodananda to do ceremony. Why do I need Yashodananda to do ceremony? Did Radhe share any info about whether members of the Sangha give Gora Hari money monthly? She didn't share that with me. I didn't ask. Anything. She was reaching out to me, and I didn't ask, and she didn't share. Basically what I've said in the other videos is what happened. It, and I'm not holding anything back. I'm not keeping anything from anybody. I'm not keeping anything. I just, I'm not trying to shame her or anything. This is a learning experience. This is really a learning experience. How the cult bring you back in. How the cult can manipulate and coerce and manipulate and like a spiritual, emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail. Like using her relationship, using her marriage as a trap to keep her in this cult when clearly she wanted to get out. I mean, obviously the text, the messages that she was sending me, she was clearly thinking of getting out. I mean, I can't express that enough. Yeah, he somehow I remember something in Prabhupada's books where he mentions sneezing, or I remember something about there's the laughing and the crying, rolling on the floor, limbs coming, bodily change. But there's somewhere where he says something about the nose running or the throat closing up, and I remember hearing something, and I think that's where he's got this idea. Like, this is like his thing. He gets narcissistic supply from them, but also money. I'm sure he does. If he can control her and control her husband in that way. I mean, if he could just get on YouTube and just start yelling, that'd be like me yelling at Rafal. Hey, Rafal, if you don't do this, you don't do that, you can't come back in here. And you get your girlfriend in line. You got to get Eliana in line. You know, she was in Gorahari's thing and talking shit, and you need to get her in line, or both of you can't come back. That's some weird shit. That's just weird shit. I mean, who does that? You can't, and no one can convince me that that's not a weird friggin' cult activity. It just is. Fake it till you sneeze it. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, yeah. We were talking about that one time. We showed a video of the Bhakti Mar guy. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. We watched a couple of those videos of that guy, of one of those guys. Um, yeah, I think he was talking shit. I think he was talking shit about. I think the guy was talking shit about ISKCON. I think that's the guy, right? That's the Bhakti Mar guy. That's the guy. He was initiated by Prabhupada, and then he left, and he went and he started his own thing. Okay, here we go. We're going to start here. For what it's worth, I've been in the psychological field working with professionals for 25-ish years. Mike, you are therapeutic. Gore, Jesus has very serious critical personality issues. Yeah, he does. He's got some serious psychological issues. He's got a God man. I'm not like in the field like you. I mean, I took a couple classes in college. Uh, I took a couple psychology classes. That doesn't mean I know anything. But I know that he's got some issues, man. He's got some psychological issues. I absolutely horrendous scam. Yeah, I can't even get into, he's scamming money out of these people. I mean, I know I think he's scamming money out of some people. I believe he is. I believe he is. I don't know. I can't prove it, and I'm not making any allegations. That's just. I mean, if he's got control over them and he can tell them what to do, the husband and wife, and this and that. I mean, he can tell you send it's freaking stupid. Okay, here we got knitting cult lady, everybody. Here we go.
So here's the thing, Elon. When you're not a Nazi, you don't usually have to say you're not a Nazi. This is very similar to when you're not a cult leader, you don't have to say you're not a cult leader. In fact, if you're saying, I'm not a Nazi because, it's really concerning to me. Why is there only one thing that proves you're not a Nazi? This is the same exact thing when people say, we're not a cult because Jehovah's Witnesses, we don't have a leader. If you have to use a loophole to get out of the definition of cult or Nazi, It's not looking good for you, bro. It's just not. Oh, hey, I know a little bit of what I'm talking about because I wrote a book on cult. This is The Culting of America, my cult and bad guys tactics book. Talks a lot about saying you're not a cult. When I, after growing up in the Children of God religious cult, which I wrote this book about, realized it was a cult one day, watching a murder-suicide on television and hearing them say, Children of God cult, Children of God cult. My first thought was, oh, I grew up in a cult. And my second thought was, that's why we spent so much time talking about why we were not a cult. Yeah. It's also why you'll never see me answer any of these claims. It's actually really funny when people get mad at me and they're like, wow, you're a cult leader. But they didn't read the book. So they don't understand cult leaders and they don't even understand what they are saying with it. But this is across the board. And this also includes when people say you're free to leave anytime. Any place that is free to leave doesn't have to tell you. But if I was just like sitting in a restaurant and the maitre d' came up and said, ma'am, I just want you to know, this is not a brothel, I would 1000% assume that that restaurant was a brothel. Wait.
Yeah, that's what they are. No sound issues anymore. Do I have sound issues? Because everything looks good to me. I don't know. The sound was showing up on everything, so. Oh, he's investing in Bitcoin with Noodles as money. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, these guys all have a scam. These all guys. I guarantee you, He's not doing this. Well, he's doing it for the pleasure of being the guru. But I'm telling you, he's doing it. There's more to it than just that. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So he just like she said. People want to call her a cult. You're just a cult leader, just like he wants to call me a cult leader. I mean, this. I mean, again, I couldn't make this up, right? People want to criticize her and say, "Well, you're a cult leader," because they don't like what she's saying, because they don't understand what a cult is. Just like he wants to say, "I'm a cult leader," just like the Shiva Ram, he wants to say everybody's a cult. He wants to say, "Well, Taylor Swift's a cult," and Jimmy Kimmel's a cult, and everything's a cult because he's a cult, because he's a cult leader, because he's floating around in a pool with some little statues, and he's trying to convince people that that's the goal of life. That's the goal of life, and the other guy's like got a little ladle and he's washing a little rock and cleaning out the rock's ears with a Q-tip. Insanity. Friggin' insanity. Okay, so I thought this was pretty funny. I thought this was funny. This is the same thing that I've been saying for a while. But when I hear Bill Burr say it, and he actually says it funnier than me. I guess he's a tad bit funnier than me. That makes me happy too. I guess I should be happy.
I love those self-help people. You know, they act like they're trying to improve your life, and the first thing they do is they bring stress into it. Seizing the day. To do what? Why am I seizing the day? Why can't I just sort of enjoy it? Huh? Where the fuck are you going with your seizing your day? Mr. Spiritual, look at you. You're so spiritual you had to write a book about it. You ever think about that? This guy's like fucking, or this lady, or the they who writes the book is being all fucking spiritual and everything, but it's like, no, you went out and got a book deal. You somehow took spirituality You know, I'm above all this capitalism, communism, whatever the fuck you live in. You're above all of this shit. And you're just going to tap into the universe, man, right? And you're just sort of like breaking down the walls of the matrix, floating along the top of it, living your best life, right? Getting a
I think it's great. I think I think it's great that he's talking about he's floating he claims that they're floating they claiming they're floating across the top of the matrix or whatever. And it's so funny he says that, because when you look at this cult leader's right here, what does it say? Escaping the matrix by mantra meditation. I mean, Bill Burr hit it right on the head. He he got it absolutely right. Um, that is exactly how they think. Meanwhile, he's talking about escaping the matrix by mantra meditation, while he's putting this poor woman through the ringer with her husband, and she's trying to leave and get out, and she can't get out, and he's ordering her husband around. You got to get your wife in line. If you don't get your wife in line, you can't come back in the group. Trying to blackmail him to get his wife in line. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I got that. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna get to that in just a second. Uh,
above the lies. Above the lies and below the flies. Chapter 3. Hear me out. This thing, somewhere along the line, these spiritual whores, and that's what they are, because if you're just spiritual, that's all you would be. You wouldn't in the middle of it be like, you know what, this is a fucking book. I can sell this. And then all of a sudden, you got like deadlines you got to meet when you.
yeah, he said it. He said it better. He said it better than me. I wish I would have came up with that line. He said they're spiritual whores. This Gora Hari is a spiritual whore. He's like one of these women on Figueroa, walking up and down the street selling their body. He's selling himself as some kind of guru to any person that'll come along and get down and worship him like he's a god. He's a fucking spiritual whore. He's just trying to make a living at it. He's trying to get glorified and become. He's trying to become like one of these guys in this picture here. He's trying to become one of these guys right here.
You got to bring your first draft in on how to be spiritual and be, what did I just say? That's the name of the book. Above the lies and below the flies. Like, what does that even mean? It almost sounds like it means something. That's what you get. It doesn't quite make sense, so that makes you pick up the book. And then I'm on the cover, and I got some douchey, like, really soft sweater, one of those sweaters that could also double as a blanket, so I seem like I'm unassuming.
Yeah, he's Gora Hoodie. Look at him. He's Gora. Bill Burr. Bill Burr as Gora Hoodie. It's the funniest thing I've seen in so long. He's Gora Hoodie right there. He's like above the lies, below the flies, and he's like escaping the matrix by mantra meditation. He's got his sweater on. There's a hoodie sweater on. Is douchey.
I act like I'm fucking one with people, even though I make like children or whatever the fuck they manufacture the book. They make the children work for nothing. There's a few of them out there. They like get right in people's faces. They start screaming and yelling at them. Like that 9-foot goof, whatever the hell that guy's name is. He's like a giant, good-looking guy. It's like if you took John Davidson and you made him 9 feet tall, and then he yells at you like a fucking NFL coach after you fucked up the play.
Yeah, like this Gora Hari yelling and cussing and calling women about their vaginas and just being a vulgar, creepy prick. Oh, but he's super Hindu Jesus. I mean, Bill Burr nails it on this one. I should put that. I should add that to the description because it's pretty good. It's Bill Burr versus fake spiritual gurus. Let me get to the next one here. Well, since you brought it up, I'm gonna go ahead. Since you brought it up, you said, "Have you seen the picture of Bhavananda and Indra Yumna?" I was gonna talk about that later, but I'll just go ahead. We can just go ahead and talk about it now. Um, yeah, this picture right here. You've got You've got Bhavananda, um, the old school pedophile molester, and then you got uh, Indra Yumna, the new breed. He's the new breed. You got the old and the new. You got the old guard. You got the new guard. The changing of the guard. Changing of the guard. Uh, the two, the two perverts there, enjoying each other's company. Just can't let it go. They just can't let it go. I mean, look at that. They just can't let it go. The the guy, this both of these creeps, they're gonna be worshipped till the very end, no matter how fucking disgusting they are. That's what this cult. That's what this cult teaches. It teaches these people. It teaches people like this Radhe, like this woman in Gaurahari's, is teaching her to be brave. You're a woman. You have less intelligence, and you need to surrender to your husband. If your husband says that Gaurahari is a guru, well, then you're a guru. And you know all this brainwashing from Prabhupada's books. That you can't offend the guru, you can't offend Gaurahari, you can't offend Bhavananda, you can't offend these perverts, you can't offend these child marriage, child molesting pieces of shit. Friggin' brainwashed. And I'm sorry, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to be friggin' brainwashed like that. Because this Indra Yumna Swami, he's doing all that friggin' bathing his little rocks with his little ladle and his little lamp, and doing all his little stuff to his little pebbles and all his crap. And it doesn't make him realize that this guy's a fucking disgusting creep, and that he's himself. I mean, what are you doing all this bullshit for? If it's not making you a fucking better person. I swear, man. Conference of the friggin', Conehead is, if they were just Coneheads, honestly, if they were just Coneheads, that'd be a great improvement. But they're fucking disgusting fucking creeps and criminals. So they're not just idiots, but they're dangerous fucking criminal idiots. One got caught and another one faking it. Yeah, and they all stick up for each other. And they're sitting there talking like, well, you stick up for me, I stick up for you. Don't worry. We got each other's back. That's what they wanted me to do with Todd. They wanted me to do this with Todd Vadarshan. I said, I'm not doing that. That was my, oh my God, this is a cult moment. That's the moment when I said, this is a cult. Because ISKCON gurus are doing it. Yashodananda is doing it. My friends are doing it. Let me just say this. I gotta say, I contacted my friend Sri Maya, and I respected him a lot, and I'd known him from the very beginning. And I contacted Sri Maya, and I said, hey, man, what's up with this Todd Vadarshan guy, going to jail and all of this? And he said to me, he said, hey, it's Todd Vadarshan, man. There's no big deal. And I was, and that's when, that was the final nail in the coffin, was like they're all in on it. That was my invasion of the body center. That was my, whoa. It was like, you too, you too. I was like, it was everybody. Everybody that I talked to was ready to just forgive and forget. And that was my it's a cult moment. I was like, everybody. Prabhupada and his 11-year-old wife, Ramananda Roy, uh, Svavas, Sura, Dhamma Ghosh, Nashringa, everybody that I'm working with, Yashodananda, Sri Maya, everybody. Every single one. ISKCON Island. It's ISKCON Island. You know? It's like you don't have to go back to the cow planet to become a 12-year-old girl and have sex with you. You can in this lifetime you can become an ISKCON guru and you can have sex with little kids in this lifetime. Just build yourself a farm project. Just build yourself a Bhaktivedanta eco village and open up a school like Prabhupada did. Hey, you can molest all the little kids you want. That's what these guys do. These guys, if you have any questions, ask these two. They'll tell you how to do it. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you here. Photo was taken at a youth camp. In Australia at a youth camp. There you go. You know, because they're not allowed in the U.S. If they go to the U.S., they got to register as sex offenders. At least one of them does, I think. I don't know. But they try to avoid the U.S. I know that. Bhagavad Gita says, the gentle sage sees dog eater is a black savage, while the sannyasi is a super white guy, smiling with his little white devotee boys. Even back then, the truth was exposed. I know. It was. I know, that's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, awesome observation. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Um, okay, so yeah, these they just can't, as holy as they are, they just can't, they accept pedophilia and child molestation as part of their culture. It's Vedic. It's part of their Vedic culture. And and that's like my number one message. Yeah, I hope she's doing good. I think she's taking care of her dad. She's taking care of her dad. Maybe she's watching on her phone or something. She's taking care of her dad. So I want to send out good vibes to her dad, to her family and her dad. Um, so now I'm gonna play this, and I want to. This he's talking about now. All cults are the same. So right now, a lot of people are focused on this MAGA cult, and as well they should be. Um, but this applies to every cult. It really does. It applies to every cult leader, and to a certain extent, every cult follower. And this guy really breaks it down really well. So if you just substitute Trump and the MAGA cult, and you substitute it with people like Gorahari, like Indra Yumna, people like Bhakti Vikash, Hridayananda, these wackos, it makes just as much sense.
Why the Trump cult attracts the cruelest people in the country. So I decided to do some research on dark personality psychology to understand what's actually going on here. He mocked a disabled reporter live on TV and the cult loved it. He calls for violence at his rallies and his followers cheered for it. Federal agents attacked nonviolent people in the streets, and his base defended it and said they should have just complied. This isn't a political movement. This is a cult enjoying this suffering. In 2013, researchers...
So I don't know why the sound. Sometimes these YouTube videos, even though they're turned all the way up and they're going through my system, the sound just doesn't come through. Sometimes I don't know why. Other times it comes through great. He's saying that the MAGA cult, when the Trump administration was doing horrible things, a lot of them cheered. People getting shot, they're cheering. Horrible things are happening, they're cheering. And it's very similar to when women are being, when you bring up the fact that women are abused in ISKCON, a lot of them, they don't care. Children are abused. They say, well, it's their karma. It's their karma, so they must have done something. They must have done something, so that karma is good. It's good that they got, it's good actually that they're burning off karma. Rupa Manjari was having karma burned off, and the children are having their karma burned off. That's what all these gurus say. That's what this Guru Hari says the same thing. And then when they talk about the racism and sexism, women this have small brains, whatever, they go, well, it's in the scriptures, it's Vedic, it's like they don't care. It fits it goes along with what they want to be true. So they like, it makes them happy. They're fine with it. They don't speak out. Even the women that are being abused, even women like Rupa Manjari herself, she's being abused, and she's defending it. She's saying, yes, Prabhupada is right. Women, we're less intelligent. We deserve this stuff.
At the University of British Columbia identified a specific cluster of dark personality traits that explains exactly who gets drawn to a hateful movement like this. They called it the Dark Tetrad, 4 dark psychological profiles that love to watch people suffer. And when you map these 4 traits onto the Trump cult, everything that looked insane starts to make sense. Trump didn't accidentally attract these people. He built something specifically designed for these people. Here are the 4 dark psychological traits that make up the Trump cult. 1. Narcissism. Trump supporters see themselves in Trump. He says what they think. He hates who they hate.
People, these gurus, they see themselves in Prabhupada and these teachings. They want to be like Prabhupada. They want to be this guru that's being worshipped. They want to be in control of people's lives. They want to make decisions. They want to say what's right and wrong. They want to be worshipped and have the flowers around their neck. They want to have an entourage around them. They want to have a temple built to their name. They want to have their even a nobody pedophile like Tattva Darshan. He's got to have his Bhaktivedanta eco village and his school and his farm and his this and his that. And now he gives lectures at Madhu Pandit's temple in Bangalore. And like these pedophiles. They're to be worshipped. Travel the world. Oh, I'm a diary of a traveling monk. I got to write my book about my travels and how I did this and I did that and how I scam people and I'm a freeloader. And this other guy, this is like, I'm just going to live in India and I'll just travel back and forth between Australia and India because I don't want to go to the U.S. and end up in jail because I committed so many crimes. So I'm just gonna stay over here, this part of the world, and be worshipped over here. It's fucking disgusting. Hey, I hope your dad's doing good. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're getting some rest, and I hope your dad's doing good too. I hope everything's okay. It's a shit show circus, man. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Are they fighting each other again? uh, uh, Hare and everybody are fighting each other on YouTube, sending messages back and forth. Two wackos sent. Well, they were feuding before. I guess they're feuding again. You know, because hey, Bhakti Vikash, it's a competition with these guys. It's such a scam. It's such a scam. You know. It's such a scam. Okay, so let's get back to this guy. I hope you guys can hear him because I don't know what's up with the sound.
He fights the people they've always wanted to see humiliated. So when you tell his followers that he's a liar, they don't hear facts. They hear an attack on themselves. Psychologist Otto Kernberg at
So there you go. You know, like when I say something about this Gorahari, and I say, well, he's just a dreamer, and he's just a that. His followers, it's an attack on them because they believe him and they believe his bullshit.
Cornell University, spent decades studying why certain people can never admit they are wrong. He called it narcissism. Narcissism is the belief that you're better than everyone else, built on a lifetime of feeling insecure. The majority of narcissists were created by authoritarian parenting and abusive households. A home where being wrong was punished, where showing weakness was dangerous, where the only safe move was to comply, perform, and never question the person in charge. That defense system.
That was Prabhupada's upbringing. That was Prabhupada's upbringing, where he couldn't question. It was authoritarian upbringing in his family. He had an arranged marriage. He was worshiping deities and reading from indoctrinated from a young age. That's what this cult. That's what this cult creates. It creates people like Prabhupada, like people like Tamal Krishna, people like. It creates people like this. It creates it creates people like this. Friggin' nuts. All these friggin' nuts. People they can't just see like we come together and we talk and everything and there's no freaking out. You know, you don't have to worship me. I don't have, there's no rules. There's no anything. You know, like just don't glorify these fake gurus. That's the only rule is don't glorify these fake gurus. But trying to be holy and spiritual, there's all kinds of friggin' rules. Can't do this, can't do that, can't think for yourself. Got to answer to this guy. This guy's going to control your life, or this book's going to control your life, or this guru's going to control you, or this GBC board is going to control your life. Tell you what you can and can't do. I know. It's crazy, right? It's like.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Gorhari and his nutty sleepovers. I know. So we got that out of the way with him and him. You know, I'm gonna move on from this guy. This guy's really good. His name is Lucas Bean, and he's a psychologist or, I think he's a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something. But he studies the Trump cult. He's a cult guy. He's a cult expert. I should put him in the description as well. Okay, so I'm going to move on from him. And more about fake Gorahari type gurus. These fake ass gurus. Yeah, we're gonna get what happened to
I can dance. Boo 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 boo. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boo boo boo. Yay!
Okay, so let's get this. Let's see what we got with this guy here.
what are you on some fucking stupid ass spiritual journey where just one day you're a painter, next day you draw cartoons, next day you like collect rocks or something? Like what planet, like what have we gotten to? Like where?
Collect rocks, and then wash them with a little ladle. Wash them with a little ladle and a little, put little eyes on them.
Are we societally that we think that's okay or normal? That is what rich housewives in Malibu do while they do ketamine therapy or MDMA therapy, which they believe is connecting them to God. Like, what are you on some fucking stupid ass spiritual journey where just one day you're a painter, next day you draw cartoons, next day you like collect rocks or something? Like what?
Collect rocks or something. Collecting rocks is too funny. Yeah, hey, I welcome everybody. Everybody watching, all you new people who found me, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I want to thank everybody who's here today, Ghana and Fake Human, everybody. There you go. You put a blonde curly wig on your G.I. Joe doll and call him Sri Mike Sandoval. You call him Sri Mukunda. You call him Sri Mukunda Das, Sri Mukunda Swami. And he likes to float around the bathtub. Yeah, that's funny. That's a good one. I know. It's just rubbing rocks and washing them with low ladles of water and milk. It's too funny. That was one of the best. You consider the Bhagavad Gita to be a beneficial book to read. As long as you're not reading Prabhupada's book. If you're reading Prabhupada's books, I don't recommend you read anything by Prabhupada. I don't. I know you're trying to bait me into something, but yeah, I don't recommend any of Prabhupada's books. If you want to read Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita, but I wouldn't read anything by Prabhupada. Definitely not. Definitely not. Water worship palooza. Yeah, it's a Pula Palooza. Yeah, doing a Pula Palooza there. Not unless you're mentally unsound. Yeah, I agree with that. Here you go, trolls. Okay, yeah. Hey, trolls. Come on, welcome in, trolls. Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend doing it, but hey, if it floats your boat, you put me on a boat, float me around. Put me on a boat, float me around. I mean, that's what this guru does. I guess it's important in your spiritual life to make a little boat, put your deities in the boat, float them around the pool. So you can do that with me if you want. I don't know. I guess so. But check this out. I came across this, and I thought it was really interesting. This happened actually quicker than I thought it would. But just I don't know if anybody's seen this, but yeah, I would agree. If you're looking for something to read, man, don't waste your time with any Prabhupada or ISKCON books. I mean, I just wouldn't. Like, what are you looking for? I mean, what do you just want to waste time reading? You want to join a cult? Here, why don't you join this cult? Why don't you join this cult?
The boom in the yoga business has also led to a bumper crop of self-styled spiritual gurus. Well, tonight, we meet a young filmmaker who set out to make a movie about the fakes and instead found himself becoming one. Here's Nick Watt with the story.
Kumare sounds like a mystical Indian guru.
Hello.
A simple man from a faraway land.
Kumare.
Who effortlessly becomes a spiritual beacon for a curious bunch of truth seekers in Phoenix, Arizona.
I consider Kumari to be a living embodiment of the divine.
I feel myself getting warmer than normal. I'm sure that's your energy.
But Kumare, well, he's really a hip young filmmaker from New Jersey.
Well, isn't it the most traumatic part of the kind of illusion of Kumari that the guy they all thought was from another country actually grew up in Jersey?
Okay, so far,
They call me Kumare.
Kumarle.
Kumare. Kumare. Kumare.
Hey, my English isn't that good.
so Borat.
Very nice. How much?
But there's more.
It's not about making fun of people here. It's about the general absurdity of what we all believe.
And our need to believe. Vikram Gandhi, the filmmaker, was raised in a Hindu household, then watched slack-jawed as his fellow Americans embraced the spirituality of his Indian ancestors in search of truth. 15 million Americans now practice yoga. It's a $6 billion a year industry. Did you read or see Eat, Pray, Love?
I think in the very beginning it was absurd. I felt like, are you pretending to be Indian? And I guess what they call now yoga celebrities, which is not a Sanskrit word.
Gandhi started making a film about these guys.
He's having sex with all the young girls. He cannot be a real guru. Why not?
He's the one who has the answer.
Then decided a deeper truth could be found by becoming a religious leader.
When I was creating Kumari, who is this guy going to be? I was looking at the big ones, Jesus, Buddha. I was looking at those. What did they say? What did they do? And the one thing I couldn't get down with that they could was saying that they had authority. And Kumari was about saying he didn't have authority.
Then you come like this.
Kumari's message was simple. The only guru you need is inside of yourself. That's Vikram/Kumari's invented mirror philosophy.
He holds up the mirror for you, but not literally.
I wanted to sort of tell a cautionary tale about spiritual leaders. We trick ourselves to believe them so that we can be happier too. So this was just sort of trying to unveil the trick. When he said that he wasn't real, which he said every class and every encounter, that he's an illusion, he's not real, he's no more a guru than the people in front of him, people often thought that was a riddle because of the accent, because of the robe, and because of what we are programmed to think of a holy man.
I had goosebumps coming all over my arms. As soon as I would look at him.
Did anyone try and sleep with you?
There's something complicated about rolling around with a camera crew. You never really get in that intimate of a situation.
And then there came the day he had to unveil his true identity.
The only way to complete the mirror teaching would be to unveil my true identity. Would they hate me?
Well, you'll have to watch the movie to find out. But the yoga crowd seemed to love him when he preached the guru inside philosophy at an LA studio.
This is kind of my own personal religion.
So, okay. So I hope you're all able to follow along with that, right? The guy is making a movie. He would tell him, I'm not a real guru. I'm not a real guru. He ended up becoming a guru. He ended up having a following. He ended he's like a spinal tap. He's like a spiritual spinal tap. He was just faking it to make a movie about how these guys are and then he ends up becoming. So I don't know. I guess it's pretty funny. It's a real insight into how people have a need to follow people. He's saying it's just. That's what he proved, is that even though he was just pretending to be a guru, he wasn't a real guru, and he told them, he said, I'm not a real guru. He created this, he accidentally created a following of people who wanted to believe him. They wanted to believe, and when he told them he wasn't real, they took it as a riddle. And that just shows you, what it shows you is people have this need to be a follower of somebody, and even if they're fake, people don't care. People don't care. that Mahdi guy is a joker and a nobody, a failed man trying to holier than thou yet again. Punked. Yeah, punked. Punked. All those people were punked into thinking he was a guru. He's not a guru, he's an actor. He's an actor making a movie. Making a documentary like a Spinal Tap. Like I'm a guru, he's like, I'm Kumari. I'm Kumar, and he's pretending, and and he got a following. It just shows you that people like, that's it's just like people like this. People, he's people like this, except he's not pretending. The Kumari guy was making a movie and pretending. This guy's not pretending. Okay, this guy's a real Kumari. Okay, he's a real. And you can see how this actor director making a movie, like a Spinal Tap, like I'm gonna pretend to be a guru and let's film it and see what happens, which I think is pretty funny. I think it's pretty good. It's a good idea. I mean, yeah, but he didn't spell it with an I. He spelled it with an E. So it's like Kumari, like not, yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why is he Kumari? That's like a Guru Ma type thing. The other cult gurus were brown Indian super Hindus. Yeah, I mean, the brown super Hindus are no match for a white super Hindu. I'm gonna tell you right now, they're just not. But yeah, I think it's pretty funny though that this guy could, he's faking, he's purposely faking to be a guru to make a movie, as a kind of like a social experiment, Okay, I get that. That's and I like that idea. He shows the absurdity of this guru worshiping thing and how people are like, oh, it's funny when the girl says he's the embodiment of the divine, the universal divine or whatever, and he's like, I'm just an actor pretending to be a guru. I'm not the divine. I'm not the manifestation of the divine. But people just go there. They just go there. It's like, oh, I'm meditating on Kumari and I'm doing the yoga thing and I'm chanting his name, whatever they're doing. And it just shows you how it's a self-induced psychosis. What else is it? Obviously the guy's not a guru. He's just an actor pretending to be a guru. And these people are having spiritual friggin' revelations because they think that he's real. So what does that tell you about this friggin' nut? And these friggin' nuts? All these friggin' nuts.
Intimate worship and more deeper understanding. Sita is like when you're first awakened can be, or even if you're not, then it's even more so. The real guru.
It's crazy that these people that this guy can just pretend. He can Spinal Tap his way into being a guru. So you can imagine what these guys are, what this guy can do, who are purposely misleading, manipulating, coercing people to act and behave and giggle and laugh and all that bullshit. It's just it is really insanity. Erica, hey, glad to see you here, Erica. ISKCON with all their obviously fake gurus is a cult for sure. and Prabhupada is a racist, sexist jerk. But you should look up JKP and Jagat Guru, Kripa. Yeah, all of those. They're all creepy. Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and I've gone over a few of them. Absolutely, I absolutely have, and but I wasn't a follower of. I wasn't a follower of any of those guys. I was a Prabhupada. I was in Hare Krishna, so that's why that's why I talk about Hare Krishna and ISKCON, because I was in ISKCON. I wasn't a follower of Narayan Maharaj. I wasn't Rajneesh. I wasn't or Osho or Sadhguru or any of those. I was a Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get this. I'll get this. Hey, Don. Hey, good to see you, man. Great to see you here. Absolutely. Oh, Ileana says, Kripalu G Maharaj, been to his ashram. It's all BS, nothing more. Yeah, once you see the BS in one, you kind of recognize it in a lot of places. I mean, you do. And I'm not trying to lump them all in, but I'm going to lump them all in, and I'm going to lump them all in and say that once you see the BS, you start to see it. You start to see it everywhere. It's like, I smell some BS. I smell some crap, and that's just the way it is. Wait, Duke. Buddha said all this rock ladle Brahmin priest worship was a waste of time and foolish, retarded. It is. I agree with Buddha. I agree with Buddha there. I agree. I agree that I agree that it's a waste. That's a waste. All right, so we did the Kumar. I think the Kumari thing is really hilarious. I think this is really funny that this guy he fooled all these people. He did a Borat. He did a Borat on he did a Borat, man. I just think it's great. Yeah, he did a Borat. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm not missing any. I want to make sure I'm not missing any trolls, because I don't want any trolls to say Mike deletes my comments. Oh wait, let me wash it. Let me put my little Mr. Potato Head face on my pebbles. On my pebbles and Bam Bam. I gotta okay, so let me do this, because I was part of this group. I was part of this group, and so I this is the Hare Krishna Society with Yashodanandan. There's Yashodanandan. He's got some people here. He's doing an initiation and I guess a marriage and an initiation. I used to sit there with him, and I would help him. I'd be his little assistant when he would do this type of stuff. He's got somebody else that does it. Yeah, evidently they're still going. I think I I think I assisted him on probably maybe 3 fire sacrifices. I didn't do the fire sacrifice when I was initiated, but we did. We had some fire sacrifices, and I sat there and I was his assistant. I'd help him with the wood and help him with the ghee and whatever else you do. You sit there and you do. But I used to do that. I did that at least 3 times, if not more. Times I remember doing this. So, excuse me. What is this about? Yeah, I know this. Oh, that's they're gonna cook all that fruit. They're gonna cook all that fruit. I don't know. I don't know what that is. They're gonna cook all that fruit. Yum yum yum, yum yum yum. Swaha. Yeah. Massage them rocks with aphrodisiac oils specifically designed to attract females. No joke. Gulab Singh told me personally about it 30 years ago. He said sheiks buying from him to attract. Yeah, it's that's what they want to. That's what they call philosophy. Is their superstitions? Like you gotta do this. You gotta put this oil, and you gotta buy this kind of stuff, and you mix this and do that, and it's freaking superstition. It's superstition, and they want to call it. They want to call it spirituality or religion or Sanatana Dharma or Varnashram, whatever they want to call it. But it's just a bunch of superstition. That's all it is. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Come down on anybody's little ladle and little lamp that you're doing. I'm not trying to I give you a. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Sadhguru made millions selling his perfect yoga health regime, then gets a huge brain tumor and they saw open his skull. And he's still selling his bullshit. Yeah. I mean, it's. Yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo, badaya, yabba dabba doo, badaya, prestaya butale. I know it's just so yabba dabba doo, badaya. That's my new song, man. Yabba dabba doo, badaya. Yeah, super white Hindu showing poor Indians how to be Hindu. I know that's totally what it is. That's the caption of this photo. Let me put that back up here. Super white Hindu showing poor Indians how to be Hindu. Yeah, because they're not they're not the right kind of Hindus. They're just not the right kind of Hindus. So they need Yashodanandan, the super white Hindu. He's gonna turn them into proper Hindus. He's gonna turn them into the proper type of Hindu. I know it's still it's because it's really kind of sad. It's really kind of sad that Prabhupada has brainwashed these Indians into thinking that the super white Hindus are better, and that you gotta go through the super white Hindu. You gotta go through, and that gets back to what I was originally going to say. Is let me get on here because I'm the star of the show. If Prabhupada says you got to have a guru, to love Krishna or Chaitanya and Krishna, Radha, Krishna, whatever. You gotta really need are the books, then why do I need that? Why do I need it? I mean, you can keep eliminating a step. You know, there's always a reason to eliminate a step. Like, why do I need this? Why do I need this super white Hindu to do this fire thing? If he's not really a guru, if he's not a real guru, and I don't need a real guru, and I just need this fire thing, and just read the books. Well, then why can't I just read the books? Why do I need this fire sacrifice by this guy? Well, then I don't need it. Obviously, I don't need it. Then I don't need the fire sacrifice at all. And I can just read the books. Well, then why do I need to read the books? Why can't I just love God? Why can't I just say, I love God and I love him and that's it? Or her, him, her, it, whatever. Why do these Hindus need this white Hindu to connect him to the brown Prabhupada Hindu? I mean, what sense does that make? You know, obviously it makes no sense. And if anybody wants to say what sense that makes, you can tell me. We can have that discussion. We can have that discussion. Isn't Sadhguru a globalist puppet? Saw somewhere he was advocating for deprogram. Yeah, you know, I'm waiting for them to say, well, Mike, he's a globalist puppet guy. I mean, everybody's something in today's world. That's what we've got with this digital age, is that everybody's something. Have you come across Param Yogananda's interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita? No. Why don't you tell me? Tell me in one sentence why I should pay any attention to that. In one sentence, just tell me one sentence why I should pay any attention to any version of the Bhagavad Gita. Why? I mean, you want to have this conversation? We'll have this conversation. Why is any version of anybody's Bhagavad Gita translation of a book that was written in 800 BC or 800 AD or 400, was written between 400 BC and 400 AD, somewhere in that area? Why would a book written then? Why would a book written 400 BC when people were living in caves? People living in caves. Why would that book have, what does that book have to do with me? I don't live in a cave. Why would a book of caveman stories and things that cavemen believe in the year 400 BC? Why should I be concerned with that? You tell me. You tell me why I should be concerned about a book that was written in 400 BC. And what does that have to do with me? What is it going to do for me? Let's have that conversation. I'll have that conversation with you right now. SZA, she's an artist singer. She was initiated into Sadhguru Maharaj Ashram, and she loved it apparently. Well, is she still in it? Is she still in it? Yeah, you know, Old Spice, that's, you know, now you're dating yourself. You're dating, you know, that's like me saying, I sent her a bottle of high karate. Yeah, high karate. Yeah, I agree with you. But then you got to ask yourself, you say, well, why isn't SZA in it now? Why didn't she give it up? And why? Yabba dabba doo padaya. Yep. Yeah, it's too funny, man. It's too funny. super white Hindus upon arrival in Calcutta, Kirtanananda immediately started new charity project, washing and clothing homeless young boys in the 70s. Here you go. You know, yeah, like, and that just, that reminds me of those two boys that ran away from home, and then ISKCON just snatched them up and stuck them in the Gurukula. And that's human trafficking. How many other little kids street kids have been picked up and stuck in the Gurukula when attendance was low? And I'm not joking about it. I'm serious about that. The Hare Krishnas don't like Yogananda's version. Yeah, well, that makes sense. I still don't understand what a book written in 400 BC. What's that? That's like saying, well, have you ever read the Odyssey or the Iliad? They're like, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna live my life around it. I'm not gonna give it any importance. I'm not gonna start a religion around it. That's for sure. Yeah, they all do. I mean, that's part of life. I mean, basically, these people, they don't want to be human. I don't want to be human. I don't want to have a relationship with a female or a male. I want to live in a hut, and I want to worship some rocks and put faces on them, and then I'm going to chant some magic words, and I'm going to imagine that I'm a 12-year-old girl having sex with God. I mean, that's basically it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's basically it. You know, and when I think about this, this woman that reached out and now she's stuck in this cult. You know, her husband and Gorahari, they don't care about her. They don't care about her feelings, or she even said. He even said that one of her complaints, one of her excuses, was that they don't care about her. So that's one of the excuses for why she reached out, is that they don't care. No, that's not why she reached out. She reached out because they're a bunch of friggin' freaks. He's not Ananda, and she realized it and laughed at it and said, he's right. But they got the women in these cults. They got these women thinking, they're less. It's like that Rupa Manjari said. Well, we're less intelligent. We like to get raped. We're too dumb. We're too dumb. And they groom these women like that so that when something happens, the husband can smack her, get him in line. Probably yelled at her, threatened her, whatever, and went Nar Narayan. He probably went Nar Narayan on her. You're gonna get me kicked out of this group. I can't go into Gorahari's group anymore unless you message him. You tell him that you were wrong and that Gorahari's your guru and this is that. Otherwise, I can't go back into. I'm not allowed. Whatever. That's how these people are. That's exactly how these people are. Just like this, Yashodananda had a wife, left the movement, had a wife, had some kids, and then got divorced. He didn't put up with his shit. Try to be 50-50 Swami. I want to be Swami. I want to do this when I want to do this. And I want to be all gurued out. But when I want to go, but meanwhile, I'm going to go coach a hockey team and I'm going to go do this and I'm going to do a little bit of that. And, I'm going to have my away time and do stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing, but I don't care because I'm Yashoda and I can be 50-50 Swami if I want. It's no different than Radha Kunda. I mean, if Yashodananda can do this on the weekends and pretend to be Mr. Holy Man. He's holy enough here to do all this, but Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm going to go coach a boys hockey team, and then I'm gonna preach about how we shouldn't waste our time doing sports or anything like that. I'm not going to mention that I coach hockey team. That I coach a hockey team when I'm lecturing and when I'm reading Prabhupada's books and he talks about sports is a waste of time. I'm not going to mention that I coach a hockey team. Swami, I'm Coach Swami. Hey, Coach Swami, how am I doing? How's my slap shot, Coach Swami? And if being a Swami on the weekends and doing your fire sacrifice, you can do that, and then you can go coach your hockey team on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever it is. Then Radhakunda, he can definitely go to the strip club when he's in Bangkok, and then bounce over to Vrindavan and sit on the Vyasasana and give a lecture or two and pretend that he's, hey, I'm Radhakunda Das. What's the difference? I mean, you're not being devotional when you're coaching the boys hockey team, and Radhakunda's not being devotional when he's at the ping pong show. Well, so what's the difference? A bunch of fucking scamming, faking pieces of shit. This guy gonna sit there. He's gonna talk shit about people being going to a strip show or going to a ping pong show or just doing anything that's non-devotional while he's coaching a boys hockey team and he's Coach Swami. But he ain't got nothing to say. He ain't got nothing to say about Tattva Darshan though. He ain't got a goddamn thing to say about Tattva Darshan, breaking Tattva Darshan out of jail and letting him go sitting on the Vyasasana in Bangalore and giving lectures and pretending he's a holy man. A guy who just got out of jail for debauchery with an underage girl in Cambodia. So why is one devotee at the ping pong show in Bangkok, that's bad, but the other devotee who's with the 12-year-old girl in Phnom Penh in the hotel, but that's okay. That's okay. SZA's still in it. That's really sad. That's really sad. But I guarantee that she'll come around. Yeah, he's another. Yeah, he's the scammer, man. Yeah, it's they've been doing it for hundreds of years, man. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. I'm gonna recommend a movie if you want to see a good movie. It's called My Talks with Dean Spanley, and it stars Peter O'Toole and the guy from Jurassic Park. I forget that guy's name. Anyway, it's a really good movie about a guy who believes he was reincarnated. He's a dog. He was a dog in his past life, and it's a really good movie. If you like dogs, you'll really like this movie. And there's a guru in the very beginning. There's a guru in the beginning, and that's kind of like the setup for the movie. Is this it takes place like Victorian times. It's like turn of the century, like 1890s or 1900, and it's like this Indian guru is in London, and these people go to see him, and to hear him talk, and that's kind of how the movie gets going. But it's a really good movie. I recommend it. It's a really good movie if you like dogs. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. No dogs are harmed in the movie, but it's kind of sad. But it's really good, and it's in the beginning of the movie with this guru guy, this turn of the century Indian guru. He's like a Vivekananda kind of guy, and it's like London, 1900, and it's pretty funny, and it's a really good movie. I recommend you see it. I don't know where you can see it, but if you get a chance to see it, I recommend it. Okay, here, somebody read the book. I've read Yogananda's Gita several times. His translation is formed around his guru's cult. Krishna is portrayed as just a God-man with a message to mankind, not ISKCON's view at all. Oh, so there you go. Yeah, Yogananda Kriya Yoga is a pedo. Enough said. I have no idea why anyone would believe in incestuous. I don't know why these. Well, and that's why that guy made that movie. He's like, people have some kind of a gene. It's in their DNA to want to follow somebody, to want to learn and follow and be spiritual. Evidently, my advice is stop reading all the different versions of the Gita. It's BS anyway. Yeah, that's my advice, man. It's like, you don't need that. I mean, it's okay to read it. Don't read Prabhupada's. I mean, I don't recommend Prabhupada's books to anybody because you will get sucked into that. It's not something to play around with, not something to fool around with. I mean, if you're fully 100 convinced that ISKCON's a cult and you want to check out Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita just to see what's in there and what we're talking about, you can check it out. But if you want to check it out to see what this Hare Krishna shit is about, seriously, you want to do your own research, I'm going to read it. I would say don't fuck around with that shit. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't fuck around with that shit. I know, it's just like, like I was saying in the last stream, I was saying, you hanging around the Krishna temple, hanging around with Krishna devotees, you're dancing with the devil. You're right up against the fire. You're like right on the line. It's so easy at that point. It's so easy to just fall into it. It's so easy. I mean, look how easy it was for this woman to reach out, to throw a lifeline, to try to reach out, to get her life together, get some sanity, and then boom, right back, because her husband. And she wanted to leave, and she knows the truth. She knows the truth, but the manipulation, all of it working together. The manipulation, the dependence, the isolation, the charisma by proxy. She's already brainwashed by Prabhupada's books. She's like a blooped ISKCON person. She's vulnerable. This vulnerable woman. So anybody who is like, well, let me check out this Hare Krishna stuff, this book. I got this book. I don't recommend it. I just don't. I just don't. Yogananda was a gateway drug into ISKCON. Yeah, when I was in high school, I had a teacher who was kind of like a guru type guy, and he was into I don't know who he was into. He had a guru. He had a picture up on his in his classroom. He had some guru guy. It might have been Yogananda. I don't remember now, but he had some, and he acted all guru-ish, like he was a guru, and he'd talk about these. He'd talk kind of like Gora Hari, not about Krishna, but he'd talk about like the light and the love and the oneness, and he was pretty out there. And when I met the devotees, man, all I could think about was this teacher that I had, and how it was so much like what he was talking about, that it kind of like made sense, and it was kind of like it kind of eased me in. It was like having that teacher in high school, like 12 years later, so many years before, that when I started hearing all this Prabhupada crap, it was kind of like it kind of made sense in a way. It was like, well, I've heard this kind of stuff before. I remember I had a teacher in high school that was, yeah, I remember. In fact, I talked to my friend Radhakunda about it. I was like, yeah, I had this teacher in high school, and I had all these notes and stuff. And I remember him telling me, oh, he's a Mayavadi, and he's talking about the impersonal this and the Mayavadi that. So it was kind of like a gateway drug in a way. Yeah, I don't want to read that comment, but I'm sorry to hear about that, Rafael. That's sad. It's sad. Things happen. Things happen in life, and these scammers take advantage of it. People like Prabhupada, they take advantage of all the bad shit that's going on in the world, and they try to make it out that you need him, that you need his books, and you need him to get through life. And it's the farthest thing from the truth. You don't need this guy. You don't need you don't need Gora Hari. You don't need Prabhupada. You don't need any of these people. Autobiography of a Yogi has tons of bullshittery mythological stories in it. Perfect for LSD trippers to believe in. Yeah, I had that book, but I don't think I read that. I read something else, and it didn't matter. I ended up in ISKCON, so it didn't really matter. They got me. What is this? Prabhupada Vishnu got caught in Thailand, and so what? He's back in ISKCON and flourishing, wearing a white dhoti and receiving foot fungus. Yeah, all right, it's time. I got some time. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that always gets me a strike. Let me do this one. I'm gonna do this one here.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination, of imagination, of imagination, of imagination, of imagination.
Okay, let me get to these comments because these are important. These are important comments. I don't want to. Okay, so ISKCON Prabhupada's books have a way of drawing you in, especially when you're new to it all. Now I can't even read them anymore. Yeah, I can't read them anymore. They do have a way of drawing you in. There's just something about them. Prabhupada is really good at it, just like L. Ron Hubbard, some of these other guys. And it's nothing to mess around with. It really is. There's nothing to mess around with. Vishwananda is a fraud, crook, and scammer. Yeah, I agree. I agree with these guys. Bhakti Marga guy, we did a video with him, with one of them, and my cousin has a giant yoga Shringa statue, and he uses it to hand his house keys, car keys, caps, nuts, Christmas decorations on the yoga. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so I thought I saw something. I thought I saw somebody make a comment. I didn't want to miss them. I don't want them to complain. I don't want them to complain that I'm not here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Start spreading lies about me. Okay. Okay. Here we go with what's in the mailbag. Let's see what we got. Let's look at some videos. Time to do some laughing. Do some laughing. We got something from Tim Wallace. Let me see what. Come on, Tim. It doesn't want to play. Here we go.
Gay, straight, trans or bi, you be what you decide, but don't divide us. It's not about what's inside your arm, but what's inside your heart. You're living, breathing art, made from divine creation. There's no separation between us. We're one nation coexisting, not resisting, but persistent for love. So say hello to your fellow, brown, black, white, or yellow. It's just some skin with melanin. Satchitananda is what's within. Satchitananda is what's within. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
I was wondering when that was going to start. Okay, so they're trying to spread it with this you can see what they're doing. You can see what they're doing. This is nothing new. A bunch of bullshit, if you ask me. See what else we got here. Okay, so this guy was talking about the Bhagavad Gita. See what we got here.
I'm better. It's just gets on my mind. I don't know why.
But how do you think it should be?
I think we should.
Is there one part of the
This is a dating show. This is a Krishna dating show. And he's this is his future date. This is his date.
Conversation that deeply resonated with you?
It's probably the Virat root. Like his head goes above his sky. All the gods are by his side. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Indra, every god you name is by his side.
In the Bhagavad Gita, is there something that makes you feel a little bit frustrated, even unsettled?
Yeah, when Prabhupada says that women are stupid and have small brains, that bothers me. I don't like that. I don't like that part. And then when he says that women like to be raped, I don't like that part either. And I really don't want to be married when I'm, like next year I'm going to turn 12. I got to get married. I really don't want to do that either. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the child marriage. I'm not looking forward to an arranged marriage. I don't want to, I don't like that. So she's 9. So she's got a few more years She's got 3 years to go. She got 3 years.
If the Bhagavad Gita is making me unsettled, then what the hell is the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita?
Why do you think Krishna chose Arjun? Because he's so undecisive. Don't you think it would be better to choose someone else who would be more decisive and more fearless? Krishna is very powerful. Why do you think he didn't stop the war?
Why do you think? Why do you think we're grooming you to be a submissive woman that answers to her husband and never thinks for herself? She worships her husband's feet. She does everything so that he won't smack her around. Why do you think we do that? Why do you think that we marry off our little girls at 12 years old? Why do you think we do that? That's a good thing that that sounds like a good thing to ask a little girl. Right. King Cobra is pretty huge. I want to see if there's any trolls in here. No trolls. Yeah, bottles of Old Spice and high karate. I'm going to reincarnate as a beautiful woman. My karma will be some creepy old man sending me bottles of Old Spice and high karate. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Why are the kids in the dating show? I know. They always got some old guy interviewing some little girl. That's their MO. Is what justice for little girls. And it's like I don't even know what to say. Child grooming on TV is horrific. I know. This is insane. Okay, hey, I'm not. That's you saying it. The majority of India believes this delusion fairy tale. That's why the nation is. Yeah, they believe. It is. Why is their country the way it is? They got 1 billion people. I mean, they could get together and pick up some trash. You think they could go out and pick up some trash? No, they don't. They don't care. They don't care about their trash. Their streets are garbage all over. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just saying, they got 1 billion people. Go out and pick up some trash. It's a weird mentality. That they don't care about I'm not saying everybody. I mean, they do have, somebody's got a trash can out there, but the person who put the trash can out there, he cares. All the people that are not throwing the trash in the trash can, they don't care. And I'm just saying that's just the way it is. I don't know. But it is, the whole, their philosophy, their Sanatana Dharma, their Varnashram, leads them to just that's what you get. That's what you end up when you're following Varnashram. Is what you end up with. You end up with the rape capital of the world. You end up where women can't ride a bus down in downtown Delhi. A woman can't get on a bus without getting gang raped. She can't walk through a park without getting gang raped. Little girls in villages getting gang raped, and then they punish the girl for being raped. That is no joke. And you want to say, well, where are they people? Why are these people living backwards like this? I don't know. Maybe they're reading a book written 400 BC, and they think it means something. They're living their life by a book that was written 400 BC. So you go to their country, it looks like, what does it look like? It looks like 400 BC. Where's that? I had this woman. I don't have it. Do I have it now? I don't have it now. Man, I got this. I got this video. I got to show you this video. I can't find it now. I'm not. I'll save it for another show. Oh, let's look at this. This is gonna be sad. I can already. This is another video that's sent in by Tim.
One of the
It says a Hare Krishna girl's lifestyle, my wholesome life. I don't know why I got these Hindi subtitles and I can't change it. I've tried everything, and it won't do it. It says Hare Krishna girl's lifestyle, my wholesome life. There's nothing wholesome about your life. There's nothing wholesome about child marriage, pedophilia, racism, sexism, misogyny. There's nothing wholesome about that. It's just not.
first activities of my day is chanting, meditation, chanting the Maha Mantra, which is meant to open the heart to divine love. It can be done sitting or walking, and I chant the mantra repetitively for about 2 hours every day. Not necessarily all in one go, sometimes.
3 hours. 3 hours of mind-numbing reciting these magic words. And we used to do it. We know what it's like. Oh man, hey, I'm sorry you didn't get a notification, Travis. Good to see you here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry you didn't get that. Mike, pick up trash. I read recently in The Economist that Germany shipped away last year 820 million tons of plastic. Where does this shit go into? Yeah, I mean, India is one of the dirtiest countries because they just throw their trash on the street. They just throw it wherever. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but it just is. I mean, it just is. I'm sorry, it just is. But there's a billion people. I mean, how hard would it be to raise up a bunch of people to go around and pick up trash? I mean, you got a billion friggin' people, 1.5 billion people. I mean, you can find at least 10. I mean, I'm sure you can find at least 10 people go out and pick up some trash. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. New Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, they have high numbers of rapes, sexual violence. It's crazy. It's crazy. And why? Why is it like that? Why is it like that? I don't know. They follow on a book that was written 400 BC. Is that their main? Is that their main literature that they follow? A book that was written in 400 BC. Hey, how you doing, Tim? Showing some of your videos. Make it seem like the cult is so blissful. I know.
I do half an hour here, half an hour there, throughout the day.
Maid, here's my friend.
I'll tell you right now, probably the only peaceful time is chanting japa. Otherwise, It's the same life. It's the same everything. Uh, there's nothing blissful about it. It's the same. It's the same life. Like these Gorahari people, they think they're escaping the Matrix. They think they're escaping the Matrix because they go into this Zoom and they giggle and cry. They pretend to giggle and cry and listen to this friggin' psychopath talk a bunch of nothing. They're just as nutty as those people that were following that actor around thinking he was a guru. There's no different. There's no different. There's absolutely no difference at all. Forget insanity, man. And these people thinking that they're in bliss. My wholesome life, I'm in bliss, chanting.
I have a leaf in your hair.
That's all?
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Cute, cute, cute.
Hi!
Yeah, because I have no life. I have no life outside of this chanting. I have no life. I don't do anything. I just sit and I chant, and I go inside and I read these books, and I chant, and I cook some food for my dolls, and I play with my dolls, and I dress them and I undress them, and I feed them, and then I chant some more. I read some more books, and I go out and I push a shopping cart around Costco parking lot. I beg with some books. I do that a couple hours, and I come back and I do some more chanting and some more playing with my dolls, and then some more cooking. I read some more. Hey, Jenna Morton, how you doing? Good to see you here. A girl needs help. Yeah, they both need help. You know, it's yeah. She looks so dead inside and full of despair. They don't look happy. I mean, they're trying to smile, but they don't really look happy.
I usually try to slide in some chores here and there.
I mean, I like that they're showing nature. They're showing the nature and the peaceful nature. But this doesn't. If they're trying to say, hey, you could do this too. This could be you. This is not cutting it, because nobody would want to. Who would want to join? First of all, they don't look happy, and all I've seen them do is I've seen her sitting there chanting on a bench, and now it looks like she's doing some chores. That girl just needs to go wash the floors, milk a cow for Krishna. That's the purpose of life. Yeah, and take care of some kids. She needs to pop out some kids. She needs to pop out a couple kids for her husband, and they're not extremists there. Yeah, they're not as fanatical. Yeah, after I left ISKCON Mayapur, I was so afraid to eat ice cream, tea, coffee, and chocolates in public. I would eat in private. That shows the insane level of brainwashing it has. Yes, it is, and you know, like I still, if I drop money on the floor, I still instinctively touch it to my head, like, you know, or there's a few other things that I do, things that I think or that I do that is just residue left over. All these years later, 14 years. 14 years later, there's still some residue left over, especially when I go to the when I go to a temple with my girlfriend. It's like, you know, taking off the everything is so we go to the Buddhist temples, but just the respect and everything is so, I'm like, it's like that Vaishnava is in my brain. You know, I take off my shoes, I'm very respectful, I'm like, it's like I fall right back into that, being around in a temple setting. It's because I'm not a nobody, or I'm not a what's the word I'm looking for? I know what's going on in the temple, so I've been around temple, so I know. It's not like it's my first time around a temple and nobody has to tell me, oh, take off your shoes, don't step on that, don't walk over there. You know, like I already know all that all those protocols for being around a Buddhist statue or a Buddhist temple or a Hindu temple. And that's just, and it's not, I'm not trying to do it. It's just that residue. It's just that brainwashing. Yeah, she has a look on her face like, you know, like she's forcing some happiness, you know, and I guess we all know what that's like. I mean, I guess, because there were times when, you know, I'm sure for all of us, there were times when we were just going through the motions because it was what we thought we needed to do, and we weren't really having any enjoyment out of it. I mean, I know it for me, and it's like, you know, oh, I'm not getting the taste, or I'm not engaged in service, or I'm not chanting, or I'm not hearing. There's always some reason. There's always some, and it's always our fault. There's always some reason. Faking the happiness. Yeah, it is. This reminds me of Badger. It reminds me of Breaking Badger. You know, it's funny how it's funny that just like the magical mystery stories are always the same. They always got the same type of elements in the stories. Whenever you see these, this is my life as a Hare Krishna. This is what I do. Check out my thing, and it's always a different person, but it's always the same thing. It's them getting up in the morning, you know, bowing to their deities, and then they go and they chant some japa, and then you see them doing like some chore, and then you see them chopping some vegetables, and then you see them doing some puja, and then you see them like playing around. It's always the same. It's the same formula. It always is. Yeah, private self-regulation, paranoid delusions. Yeah, Knitting Coal Lady talks about that. How isolation doesn't always mean physical isolation. They don't have to physically take you and isolate you in an ashram. I mean, if they can, that's great. But Prabhupada, in his books, he teaches you how to isolate yourself mentally from the rest of the world, how to completely just detach yourself from everything, and to where you're just reading Prabhupada's books, and you're chanting, and you're going to the temple, and you're doing Mangalartik and whatever, and you're going back, and you're and you're not living in the temple, but you're isolated. Like I was totally isolated. I wasn't living in the temple. I had a job, working at American Express. I was working at a bunch of other places too, but the longest one was American Express. And I wasn't isolated. I wasn't living in an ashram, but I was going to work. I was hanging around with karmis, co-workers, people eating meat, people smoking cigarettes, going to office functions where people are drinking alcohol. I was doing all of that, but mentally I was isolated. I wasn't part of that. I recognized everybody as a karmi. I had a shaved head. I was like, I'd have a lot of times I'd have my beads with me. And I was like, mentally I was like, look at these karmis, look at these guys. This is karmis. I was totally self-regulating. We're survivors. Yeah, we're all we're survivors. We're survivors. The chanting of Hare Krishna was a program created by someone along the line. There's no instruction. No, there's no anywhere. No anywhere. It's whatever somebody could pull out of their ass. Just like all these other guys, they pull it out of their ass and they're like, Yeah, absolutely. That's the manipulation. They can make you feel bad for just being human. Just being human is a sin. Just being a human being is a sin. Being hungry and wanting to eat something. Oh, you didn't offer it to the Lord first. Wanting to have a relationship with another person. Oh, you need to focus on your relationship with Krishna. You shouldn't, bodily relationships are just temporary and they don't mean anything. Your family, that's not important. Your real family is the devotees. You feel guilty about just being a human being. And that's exactly what it is. Hey, and you're gonna have to watch on the replay, man, because we're almost done here. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, and I'm trying to do everything at one time. Yeah, they definitely are trying to do PR, trying to convince themselves that they're happy and convince other people that they're happy. Absolutely, because you want it to work. You want it to work. I mean, let's be honest. We're in the cult. We're chanting. We're doing all this shit. We got our shaved heads and we're dressing up. We're doing all the stuff. We're following the regular principles. We're chanting the rounds. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Why aren't we happy? I'm gonna be happy, damn it. Like Chevy Chase in National Lampoon Vacation. I'm gonna have a big fucking smile on my face, and I'm gonna be happy. Damn it! I didn't put all these years in. I mean, they tell us, well, you're not, you're chanting offensively, and then you got to come to the pure stage, and then you'll get to the bhava stage. You'll get to that mahabhava stage. You'll get to that stage. That stage has never come because it's you. You're doing something wrong. You're not chanting. You're not saying the words right. You're not hearing them. You're not pronouncing them. You're not, whatever it is, something. You're doing something wrong. And if it's not you, then it's Kali Yuga. That faraway eyes. And you have the faraway eyes. It is so sad. It is so sad. Yeah, see, here it is. Here's what I said. Exactly. It's the exact formula that I said it is.
offer some food to someone we love, the teachings of Bhakti also encourage offering our food to Krishna.
There's just no happiness there. There's no
I'm
happiness.
currently working as a maintenance manager at the Krishna house. I do some light maintenance work and arrange for heavier maintenance work.
All right, so every time you see her face, she's got a sour look on her face. She's doing like these menial chores. Nothing about this video, nothing about this video makes me want to join the Hare Krishnas. Nothing about this makes me go, wow, look at that, man. That looks like a lot of fun. That looks like a great time. This looks like such a great time. It's too austere for them. For aliens, yeah. This video is like calm before the storm until the day she will realize that it's all just a bunch of BS. I know. I know. And, you know, if I think too much about all the 20 years that I put in, and I know, Rafael, I know you feel the same way. A lot of us do. Everybody, Jolene, whoever, anybody. When I think about it, I watch these videos, I think about my daily life when I lived on Del Mas Terrace, and I was living in that apartment with the little deities, and how much time I wasted, all the stupid shit I wasted, time I wasted doing stupid shit. It pisses me off. If I think about it too much, it makes me angry. It really does. It makes me angry. And the only thing that really makes me feel good about it or anything is that I get to do this. I get to do this with you guys. Come in here. We're all friends. I feel like I've known you guys for years now. And I get to do this. And this is what makes me happy. This is what makes me feel good. This is like my payback. This is like my paying my debt for all the fucked up shit I did for this cult, for all the Roth yatras I went to, all the books I distributed, all the preaching I did, all of that. I get to do this now. I get to give payback in some way. And that's the only thing that really makes me happy, because when I think about all this shit, it pisses me the fuck off that I got scammed by this Prabhupada fucker and this Yashoda and all of these people. Not you, Don. Don Pearson, he didn't do anything to me. But all these other people that lied to me, and they knew they were lying, and that's one of the things, man. They knew they were lying. I know. And when she realizes her whole life will be behind her, not my whole life, but 20 years of my life was gone. And that pisses me the fuck off, man. It just does. And that's why this cult is so dangerous. It absolutely is. And it's dangerous in that way that you can just give 20 years of your life, and then one day you wake up and your 20 years are gone, and you're not 30, you're 50. Well, you're not 20. You're 60 if you did spend 40 years or 35 years or 40 years. However many some of these people have spent. Like Yashodananda spent his fucking whole life. 60 fucking years. And then you wake up and you realize, and it's not like you can get those years back. It's not like you get paid. It's not like you can file a lawsuit. It's not like you can, I want to talk to HR, or I want to talk to who's in charge about this shit. Because I just spent 20. No, there's nothing. You don't get nothing back. You don't get nothing back. You don't get nothing back. You don't get, I spent 20 years. Can I get like maybe 2 back? No, you don't get 2 years back. Can I get like 6 months? No, you don't get 6 months. You don't get shit. Back in the 90s, in order to swim in the city, we were renting the entire hour in order to swim. Bunch of shaved head freaks while wearing Brahmin underwear. And that's, man, you shouldn't have told me that. No, that's, hey, you want to do the wheel of idiot? We haven't done the wheel. We haven't done the wheel in a long time. Yeah, we're taught to be as guilty as charged. Absolutely. Yeah, and some cases guilty before charged. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll do the wheel. Let's do the wheel. Yeah, no trolls. Poor woman will get to know that she doesn't look happy. She doesn't look happy. She looks like she's ready. She looks like she's ready to join good rice. She looks like she's ready for some good rice. Okay, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't look happy.
Our spiritual life, our personal relationship with Krishna,
She's
and
got
our
to put
personal
she's got to
growth,
put the air
as
conditioner
well
in her
as
own window. She's got to put the air conditioner. She ain't got a man. Ain't no man in that ashram there. Those 3 guys are busy swimming. Those 3 guys are swimming in the pond. She's got to put the air conditioner in the
deepening
window.
and spiritualizing our relationships with others.
All right, that's it. Okay, I think we're gonna do the wheel. We're gonna do the wheel. We all fully agree with you. We were all in ISKCON and the Hare Krishna movement, wasted our life, and now we are safe and out from that evil cult. And you guys are all doing a lot of great stuff with me. You guys keep me going. You guys keep me going, and I got to thank you for that. That's the point. Being lied to from day one, and yes, absolutely, being lied to from day one, and being lied to. People were lying to you to get you in, and then they became your friends. They lied to you to get you in. These people that like Bir Lakshman, Radhakunda, Sri Maya, Chaitanya Ballava, even these devotees at the LA temple, Narantra, Govinda Datta, some of these other devotees are like some of the first devotees that I met that lied to me. They just straight up lied to me when I asked them questions about the Gurukula school, gurus, Prabhupada's books. I asked them like basic questions. They lied, straight up lied, just to get me to keep coming, to come back, and you would say they were white lies, but they were lies. It was just untruth. They're untruthful. They were being untruthful to me because I was asking questions. I was asking the right questions. I wanted an honest answer, and I was getting lies. And then these people become my friends because they lied to me. They became my friends, all of them. And then 20 years later, I realized that it's all a bunch of lies. And these people knew it was lies. They knew they were lying because that's part of that's how you get people in. That's how you get people in. You lie to them. You tell them 5,000-year-old tradition and all this other crap. Definitely a shared experience of being specifically within ISKCON makes us have a bond that those who have never joined ISKCON cannot understand. You have to have been in it and then left to understand. I agree with you. Now you can understand, you were in a cult, but you really don't understand what it was like to be in the cult. you can understand. Yeah, Mike was in a cult, or Duke of Squirrels was in a cult, or Weird Planet was in a cult, or Rafal was in a cult, but they don't know what that means. They don't know the trauma that we had. They don't know the experience of being in it. And that's something that you can't, that is not something that you can easily explain to someone. It's hard to explain to somebody how, like when my roommate said to me, he's like, I could tell you were being manipulated. I could tell that they had a control of your mind. I'm thinking that I'm thinking for myself, but he could tell, he could tell. But he doesn't know what it was like for me being manipulated. All he knows is that, yeah, you weren't thinking straight. I could tell by the arguments that you would make when you would talk with your friends that you guys are like we were like Gorahari, right? We're like talking about, Lord Chaitanya this and and devotional service that, we sounded like Gorahari to this guy, and he recognized, like, you were like out there, dude. You were out there. But he doesn't know how the brain is being controlled. All he knows is that, dude, you were out there. I was hooked by Sunday feasts and noisy cymbals, and yeah, I think the Sunday feast is definitely pulled me and my daughter in. We loved the Sunday feast, and that was everything in the beginning. The first 2 years, Sunday feast was just everything. Yeah, run as fast as you can. Run. Run as fast as you can. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do the Wheel of Idiots. I'm just trying to keep up on the comments here, because okay, we're gonna do, and I'm not trying to ignore your comments, but I know it's not fun to watch me reading comments. Where is the wheel? I gotta find the wheel. I gotta find the wheel. I think I lost it. Figures I'd lose the wheel. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what it was. It's embarrassing. Old buddies ask, "How could I be so fucking stupid?" But I used to think they were stupid. I know I was the same way. Exactly, man. I was like, I couldn't understand how you didn't get it. I didn't understand how you didn't get it, man. Let me get this wheel. No, I don't have it anymore. You guys, I'm gonna have to work on that wheel, because I don't I don't have it anymore. But I'm gonna do one more. I'll get it going. We'll do it tomorrow. But I don't have it. I have to. Wait, what is this? What did you say? Weird for me, eye-opening was when traveling with stick-holding leaders and hearing all kinds of abuse in various countries, and 99% were swept under the transcendental carpet. Yeah, that, one day you're gonna have to tell us. One day you're gonna have to tell us some of the stuff that we haven't heard, because that's really yeah, you gotta. Duke, when I look back, I think, oh my, how was I so delusional and stupid? I think that's a common thread. I think that's a common thread that we all have. It's the damn delicious, unhealthy food. Yeah, I mean, God, that's another thing I don't want to think about. I'm gonna do one more. I want to do one more video, and here, let's do this. Let's do this one.
because this is such exciting news. So I went to Srila Gurude's Bhakti Store Warehouse and Srila Prabhupada's Bhakti Store Warehouse, where their books are for sale, and we're overstocked. We're overstocked on multiple titles. So what are we going to do? It's time to do a clearance sale, liquidation. So we have Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Look at this book. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's big. Guaranteed, if you haven't read it, you'll cry when you read it. Usually it's $30 for one, retail price. And if you're a book distributor and you want to buy the case, they're $12 each. Now, take advantage of this deal happening right now, limited time offer. This book will be $3 each. $3. That's it. And so you can get a whole case cheaper than the retail price. $24 for a case.
So this is really ridiculous. I mean, she's trying, and I know this is that chick that Radha Dasi, whatever her name is, Suzanne Towell or whatever. But she's trying to do like the infomercial. She's trying to do like the ShamWow guy. It's like she's the ShamWow guy, pitching the ShamWow or the pocket fisherman. It is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous because it's almost like a spoof. It's almost like a Saturday Night Live skit. And I would say this. If she did it better and funnier, it would actually be kind of amusing. But and I know what she's trying to do, and it is just not. But it's unintentionally hilarious.
8 books at $3 each, $24 for a case. Click the link above or below, wherever it is. It takes you directly to the purchase site. Get it right now. And also, don't forget to share this link with your friends. Give this opportunity for them to get this book. And guess what? If you just want to read it, you're just like, I just want one for myself, no problem. Get it by the case. You're getting a $6 discount, and you're getting 7 for free. And then so when the mail person comes to your door, or let's say you're going to meet up with a client, you want to give them a classic, or whatever.
Oh yeah, whenever I meet with a client, I definitely want to give them my cult book. That's definitely going to make my client really like me. And like, hey, I got this cult book for you. We can close that deal. If we can close the Roberts deal, I got this great book for you. She's such a scammer. Yeah, she's not even a good scammer. It's so stupid. The whole thing is so stupid. Oh my God. Buy it and sell it at a higher price. I know it's. Why would I buy that book when I got all of Prabhupada's books online for free? It makes no sense. I got all of Prabhupada's books, lectures, and I know that's not Prabhupada's book. That's some other guru's book. But how much different is it? I mean, really, seriously, how much different is it? How much different is it? How much different is it from Prabhupada's book? Shameless. Totally shame. I mean, she's trying to sell a religious book like she's selling a used car or something. Like, click the link below. Click the link above or below or wherever you got links. Just click and you could get it. You could buy 3. Buy one for your wife, one for your girlfriend, and one for you. Buy them for the whole family. Buy them for gifts. Give them to your friends. Give them away. Christmas is coming. You might want to makes a great gift. Makes a great birthday gift. Oh my goodness, nobody wants that shit. I know, it's so it's so funny. It is so ridiculous. Years later, she will be so embarrassed by this video. What a bunch of I hope so. Because she'll be out of the cult, she'll have her life back, and she'll look back at this video and go, oh my God, what was I doing? I was so stupid. I know my grandfather is Bhagavan Das or whatever, but a lot of ins and outs and what have you. I know. I know, man. There's a lot of ins and outs. A lot. Where is that?
Man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, you know, has it ever occurred to you that instead of, running around blaming me, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
The thing about people like her is that like her whole family, her parents, her grandparents, her great grandparents, her children, they're like it's all in the family with this woman, right? Like her father is like some legacy guy, and she's not going anywhere. This is her life. This is their scam. They're like gypsies or something, right? It's in their blood. The scamming is in their blood. It's like, I'm going to scam with these books. That's all they know how to do. Scam with these books. And we run out of books, we'll write a new book. We'll write a new book. That's fucking stupid. I know, man. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I know. It's fucking with their books. With their books, man. We can hope and pray. We can hope and pray that she gets out. I do. I hope that she gets out one day. It's really it's
Whatever,
so sad.
birthday, bar mitzvah, whatever it may be, graduation gift.
Oh yeah, see,
anything
there
it
it
may
is.
be.
Makes a great gift. I mean, I nailed it. It makes a great gift. Bar mitzvah gift.
Anything it may be. You can give them this amazing gift, or you go to someone's home and you want to give them something really special. Give them the gift of Brihad
Oh yeah, it's really special. It's really special.
Bhagavatam Rita. It's only $3 each. It's an amazing limited time offer. Take advantage of it right now. And honestly, I have gotten multiple cases of these deals because I'm like, I'm taking full advantage. So take advantage, click the link, share this video, and enjoy the amazing clearance sale happening right now at bhaktistore.com. Bye. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into this.
It's so stupid. So stupid, I'm telling you, man. It's yeah, this woman, yeah, both her parents are disciples, and I mean it's crazy, it's so stupid. Bar mitzvah, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Yeah, it makes a great gift. Makes a great gift. Yeah. Hey, if you just go over to someone's house and you want to give them something, give them this book. It is really great. It makes a great makes a great housewarming. Graduate of delusion. Graduate of delusion. I gotta do this one more time here.
This is such exciting news. So I went to Srila Gurudev's Bhakti Store warehouse and Srila Prabhupada's Bhakti Store warehouse where their books are for sale, and we're overstocked. We're overstocked on multiple titles. So what are we going to do? It's time to do a clearance sale, liquidation. So we have Brihad Bhagavatam Rita. Look at this book.
She's like, I'm crazy, Radha. I'm crazy, Radha. I'm crazy. I'm giving them away. You want Bhagavatam Ritas? I got Bhagavatam Ritas for you. I got Sanatana Goswami's Bhagavatam Rita. And they're flying off the shelves. Have we got any more back there? Yeah, we got them. You got to call now. Call now. Operators standing by. We have operators standing by. Yeah, is graduate of BS University of Bachelors of Shits and Fairy Tales. So stupid. So insane. It's insane. Hey, listen, everybody. This has been so much fun. I'm glad I got I got the truth out there. I don't want there to be any misinformation or any misconceptions. that I am lying about anything, that I don't have any reason to lie about a goddamn thing. And not only do I not lie about anything, but I bring the proof, I bring the receipts, I bring the videos, I bring the verses, the purports, I bring the photographs, I bring it all. I bring it all. And you can tell she has brains and personality, but poison. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. She could be doing so much with her life. She has personality. She's got, she's got, a certain whatever you want to call it. But well, what is she doing? I mean, what is she doing with these stupid books? She could be doing anything. She could be doing the news. She could be a news anchor, weather person. She could be doing She could be doing anything in life. That's the thing. Is that she has the freedom to just be whatever she wanted to be and do whatever she wanted to do. She wanted to sing songs, be a singer, be an actress, be a musician, be a writer, be a doctor, lawyer, whatever. She could be whatever. She could be whatever she wants. She's a beautiful young woman, talented. Looks like she's got some talent. She can talk to the camera. She can, evidently she doesn't have a problem hawking books. She could be doing any of that. No, she could be doing one of a million things. Well, what is she doing? She's doing this. I mean, what a waste. What a waste selling this stupid book. Like, nobody wants this book. And no one cares about this video and you're selling this book. This video got 271 views since in the last 7 years. Because nobody cares about this book. And you went through all this work to make this video and do all this. For what? I mean, is this it's I don't mean to laugh, but I'm gonna laugh. It's just I don't mean to laugh, but I mean,
the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
And she's gonna end up like this Radharani at the LA temple. The Radharani's got to be my age. I mean, she's got to be like 60 something years old, 60, 64, 65. She's got to be my age, 65 years old. And what is she doing? She's doing this. She's less than this. She's at the Hollywood Bowl selling bracelets and little books and whatever she's doing for Krishna, so she can pay her rent or whatever. Because she's never done it. She's never done anything in her whole life. And now she's 65 years old. She ain't got no Social Security. She ain't got no Medicare. She got no Medicaid. She got no nothing. And she's just wandering around Hollywood Bowl, SoFi, the Forum, wherever, selling stickers and bracelets and little easy journey to other planets, whatever little books she can buy for 10 cents and sell them for $1. That's her life. That's what she's going to be doing when she's 65 years old. What are you saying here? She went to college? What did you say? She went to college to show off? She went to college just to show off. She would never work a regular job. She's too good of a devotee to work a day in her life. Yeah, she got a scam. I'm a scammer. I'm not a worker. I'm a scammer. I mean, if this isn't scamming, I don't know what is. Buy this book for $3 and sell it for $24.99. I mean, she's hawking books. Yeah, it's great to hang out with you. I want to thank all you guys for joining in. What a waste of time selling books to people. And she's not selling any book. I doubt if she sold. I doubt if she sold any books at all. I mean, seriously. She's got a master's degree in communication just for the show. How do you get a master? You know what a master's degree costs? How do you just get a master's degree? I mean, you gotta have money to throw away. I guess she's selling a lot of books if she can do that. That's one thing. It's a waste of paper. It's a waste of paper. Absolutely, it's a waste of paper, man. It's a waste of paper and glue and ink. I mean, really, you could be printing something much more valuable than and trees being cut down. I don't know. And it's a book about space travel. That book is all about space travel. It's too funny. That book is all about space travel. Oh my God. Are we clear? I know it's just.
I can't take anymore.
I can't take it anymore.
I've had it with you.
I've had it. Oh, you guys are just so much fun. You guys are so much fun. I don't want it to end, but it's late here, and I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get some sleep, guys. So I want to thank everybody for joining in today. Ghana and Tim and Rafal and Fake Human and Joe Lynn and Tim again and Eliana, and say, tell your dad. Hope he feels better. Duke, Weird Planet, everybody, man. Everybody, I've had a blast like I always do. Always having a blast. I'm gonna get the Wheel of Idiot fixed so we can play Wheel of Idiot, and we're gonna have so much fun. And I know that you Gorahari people out there are watching. I know you guys are watching. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't believe his shit. All right, don't believe his lies. The guy lies. Hey, you're welcome, man. AJ, thank you for stopping by. Ghana, thank you for stopping by. Everybody, and I wanted to say that everybody, wherever you are, have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. If you're hungry, have a great brunch. Everybody, please stay out of a cult. And for all of you people out there that have never seen me before, this is the part of the show where, let's see, what do we have? We have me as a Hare Krishna a long time ago. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Unga!
Hello.